welcome back, everybody. We are getting ready to go into the winners match here in Group A. It feels like we're almost speedrunning this one. We had one really epic game in the first series, and then I feel like the other 4 games, maybe not the best so far today, but Maru versus SHIN, even though Maru, historically has just been the ultimate nemesis of SHIN.
Yeah.
He's like the nightmare that haunts his dreams.
Yeah. Yeah,
I feel like their games are still usually pretty exciting,
Yeah.
Like SHIN always tries to make a play. He always tries to survive some way, and Maru always comes out on top. But I mean, who knows? Maybe he can have a change of fates
Today
here.
is the day for SHIN, If it has to happen, it has to be today. So yeah, excited to see this one. Once again, Dynasty actually went through in the vetoes here. Maru vetoing Golden Aura, Amphion Post Youth. Crimson, Ghost Reaver, and Oceanborn out of SHIN. Bit surprised on the Oceanborn veto there.
I was going to ask if you favor either Maru or SHIN with this these 3 maps, but it's a very Terran favorite map pool, so I assume regardless of what 3 maps we get.
I only see 3 Terran maps on my screen, so I will say Maru's favorite here.
You see 3, you don't see 9?
I mean, 3 out of 3 are Terran maps.
I know.
No, but in all honesty, like, this map pool is very, very hard for ZVT right now.
I've heard a lot of people say that.
Objectively, because they removed desert maps from last season and added 6 Terran maps.
Well, Cyril chose a good time to go to military service, man, must say. All right, let's get started now. Maru versus SHIN here in the winners match. The winner will move on to the round of 8.
Let's get ready to rumble. You looking for trouble? Let's get ready to rumble. Rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Tell them it's going down now. Let's
All right, here we go. Maru spawning down in the bottom right here on site Delta. SHIN all the way up there in the top left.
And we're going to see a 2 Rex Reaper already.
Are we?
Yep. I see
Oh,
it,
yeah. It's
Depot
on the
downstairs.
low ground. I'm sorry.
It's coming. It's actually could also be a Marine first, trying to snipe the Overlord. Maru likes it on this map and Alkion specifically. But yeah, most likely it's going to be a 2 Rex Reaper. That Rex was a little bit weirdly positioned, no?
I think he's going to have the other axe right to the top right of it.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2
feel
Rex
like,
Reaper.
Yeah, that's an okay wall.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I'm
That's
not good
fine.
with walls.
No, it's really even after playing Protoss.
No, I'm terrible with walls. I keep walling myself in and messing up, and it's not good.
You would have built the first barracks 1 tile up and just completely ruined the wall.
Yeah. Still better than Hero at walling, though.
I think I might be better than Hero at walling, man.
Even Rot is better than Hero at walling, and that's speaking volume.
Roddy's a good player.
Oh no!
I won't tolerate the Roddy disrespect.
Yeah, he's an amazing player, known for his wide variety of strategies. And yeah, he's just going double Reaper here. He's gonna be looking to deny the 3rd base. Overall, this is a very safe opening for the Terran player. There's not a lot of things that can kill it, if any at all.
Yeah, sometimes if Terran, on like low ground natural maps where Terran spawns on the left side, then occasionally we'll see Zergs come out with some shenanigans, just go for the add-ons relatively early. But yeah, I feel like the top players, even in those situations, you usually don't see them die.
Yeah, it's really not that good, even just going for the add-ons, because it means you would have to go for either Bailings or Ravagers, and that's a very big investment for the Zerg. Usually you just want to mass link against this, defend the first Reapers, and take the game after that. SHIN is going to be going for a fast 3rd base. Now, this scenario plays out in different ways. Usually, the Terran tries to see the third base timing and decides if they want to try to cancel that or go for more economical damage. Now, I feel like it's already a little bit late for Maru to check on the 3rd base. Sometimes they just run straight to the 3rd base and see if they can cancel it. And that's what he's going to do now, since there's a 3rd base.
Yeah, I feel like he just wanted to force a couple more lings there out of SHIN.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
those
going for
first
4 Reapers, though. So usually you go for either 2 or 3, and Maru's going for 4. Now this happens when the 3rd base is very far away from the natural. You go for 4 Reapers.
Yeah, which is both 3rd potential bases on site Delta.
Yeah, side Delta is very fun to deal against Reapers in the early game.
Oh, SHIN's looking actually for the surround here, coming in from the bottom side with these lings, and 3 more lings on top as well. 4, in fact. Can he get the surround here on these Reapers? These are slow lings. It's hard to make it happen. He's fishing for it.
I like the spirit here.
Yeah, it's very
trying to get us around this early on Reapers.
Showed a lot of heart.
Yeah, Heart and passion and commitment. He's gonna get the speed, so he's gonna be fine. Now Maru is going in with the Reapers. He has to be careful because the speed is done here. If you lose these Reapers, it's gonna be rough. He's gonna lose one. Yeah.
Only one going down. I'm surprised Shin actually didn't split those links to try and go for something on the low ground there.
Yeah.
Potentially could have gotten more than just the one, but in any case, it is a win there for Shin as Maru back at home throwing down his third command center, going up into his starport and starting Hellion production on the low ground at the natural.
Yeah, just a good old bio follow-up, 3CC, 2-1-1, Terrans love it, Zergs love it, everyone loves it. Overall, I would favor Maru out of the early game. I think Shin made a lot of links very early. Only killed one Reaper. He lost 1 or 2 drones as well.
Yeah, even I think might have lost a good number of links too, given how badly bruised those ones were for the natural expansion.
Yeah. So he actually has to cut workers very fast now. Since the early game was not quite sharp. Oh, Tech Lab.
Huh.
Banshee?
Could also be a Raven. I know that we don't usually see that too often, but occasionally some Terrans out here in Korea are starting to experiment with it a little bit. I'm trying to remember who it was.
I think Ryang is a big fan of Ravens.
Yeah, it might have been Ryung actually from last season. There was certainly somebody. Instead, no, it's going to be the old boring Cloak Banshee coming in.
So boring. Ooh, get out of here with this stuff.
I feel like every month you see a thread on Reddit. It's like, why don't more Terrans make a Raven to go clear the creep?
It's a mystery to me, but don't give them ideas. We like it.
Oh, you think it's good too? You think it would be a good play?
No, I think it's awful. Don't bid it. But,
misdirection coming in.
Maru going for the Banshee here. Just setting up a good economical game. Being annoying with the Hellions. 4 Hellions only, so he has to be a little bit careful because Lynx, if they get surround here, all those Hellions are gonna die for nothing. You don't want that.
Shin's one of those players who always have like 4 to 8 more links than you expect from a Zerg to have anyway.
You can see he keeps making links as well. He's on like 30 links, I would imagine now. Oh, never mind. 20. Yep. He lost a couple then. Probably he was trying to scout and sent a few to their death. Now, I don't know, did he actually scout the Cloak Banshee? He did not, right?
No, I don't think he has any idea this is coming across map.
Spores are coming up though, so he should be fine.
That should certainly be a Spore Crawler here at the third base. In fact, there is in a relatively good position too.
Maru only going for 1 Cloak Banshee, by the way.
Oh yeah, it is only 1. Look at that. Banshee's gonna come in. Actually, the oh no.
Oh no, just at the wrong moment. He's gonna be able to get like 3 drones here. Never mind.
A little bit of miss micro, only gets 1.
Yeah, that was good for Shin, that's for sure. Could have lost quite a few more. He has a Spore here as well. Now, this Banshee is more like a defensive Banshee. I'm surprised Maru actually went for Cloak, because when Terrans build 1 Banshee, they usually just skip the Cloak and keep it, you know, for defending Rambais and just being a spotter. Shin is going to be trying to see what's up in the third base. Not much. Maru has his own setup. Maru going for tanks. Now, we're back to the tank meta in ZVT. It used to be mines first, almost every game. Liquid Clam introduced it, people followed. But now mines were nerfed, and we're back to tanks.
I really like the tank meta of TVZ. It takes me back. It was a lot of fun to watch. Back when it was always, I mean, I'm dating myself here, but Lingbei Muta versus like just parade pushes with siege tanks. I felt like those were always the most entertaining TVZs to watch.
Yeah.
It was a lot more mid-game focused. It also felt like there was, frankly, a lot less camping, which I was a big fan of.
Now it's quite a big camping map pool as well.
You can't always get what you want. 1-1 finishing right now here for Maru. He's going to look to try and cancel potentially a hatchery here at the 3 o'clock, or the third base, the triangle third for Shin. Stimming in. It's mostly done, but these 1-1 Marines going to get a ton of damage in, and Shin's just happy. He's double expanding to let that one fall.
Yeah, Shin is
nice around.
He's carrying a lot of workers, to be honest. Like 73 is not that much. I would like being on 80 around this time. He's going for Hydras as well, which is not bad. Maru actually was very sharp with this upgrade timing. He was fired up 2-2 almost instantly. Maru overall just being kind of sharp here. Not many supply blocks. Good macro overall. Good control. Gets another cancel.
Almost got a kill too.
Yeah, this is not fun for a Zerg player. Now this map has a very insane tank spot, which is exactly this one. Maru very, very good at abusing good tank spots, obviously, as a good Terran should be. But yeah, this is very annoying to deal with. Now, Zerg has 2 options now. You either go for a Rambai or you try to take a straight up fight. Yeah, We'll see what she decides to do here.
Yeah, not a lot of support for these queens right now in the front lines. That's what 4 or 5 transfuses getting used almost instantly here before the big fight actually commences. So that's significantly less HP that Shin's going to have.
That's a very small run by average. A few Hydras and a few Links.
I think there's more Hydras over there on the top. No, it actually just is those few 5 Hydras.
Yeah, that was a banter run by, you know, just checking what's up and going back. Maru is reinforcing this position, so he really wants to actually do damage. If Shin manages to clear this up, then he's in a really, really good spot. But it's not going to be easy. As you can see, this position is very nasty to deal with. The Hellbats close to the tanks as well. It's not fun, that's for sure.
Even adding in the siege tanks here in the low ground just complicates the position so much for the Zerg. Even if you're able to collapse on the high ground base, you still have those Hellbats to get through first. It's going to absorb a lot of bailing shots, which the siege tanks are just to be melting.
Yeah, Shin is actually going for a massive run by right now. He decided that this position is not worth trying to fight over, so he's just going to try to slow down Maru's advance and going for a run by here, but Maru has a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like Maru's been able to get a good feel for what Shin has up his sleeves. Even actually pulling back these Hellbats and the Marines.
He's going for tanks, for a Ghost already.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he's getting a, how's it called, the Ghost Academy already. Or a big fan of Ghosts.
Oh, yeah. I feel like all Terran players are a big fan of Ghosts, honestly.
Me, I'm also a big fan of Ghosts. Dream about them every night. Shin is going to go for the engagement here right before his 2-2 is up.
Yeah, but this is a pretty favorable engagement, catching 2 siege tanks before they're able to get into position. The Hellbats also were not in the mineral line, so the surface area on them was huge. Maru getting cleaned up quite well over there behind the mineral lines by the 4th base. This counterattack should be able to get 2 hatcheries. The triangle third going down, as well as the top base, the 12 o'clock expansion for Shin as well. Not sure if that was canceled or killed. It looks like it was a cancel. That drone did survive, so not a disaster there for Shin, and luckily he was able to dislodge Maru from that really strong position outside of Maru's 3rd and 4th base. But still, losing those 2 hatcheries, very painful.
It hurts, especially since Shin's hive is a little bit late. Maru is going to go for the same position again, and you can see that Shin just has worse eco than Maru. Like, Maru lost a lot, but he's still pushing. A little bit AFK here. Just losing some units, but this is still a good position from Maru. Rallying everything across, getting the 3-3. 5th base on the way, Ghost Academy done. I feel like this is overall a very solid position for Maru. He just has to be careful he doesn't lose everything here. And once again, just abusing the good tank spot.
Yeah, 4 siege tanks in total. I wonder how many of those are going to be rallied up to the front. We already have 2 of them, and Shin does not want to give time for Maru to rejoin his forces. Instead, he's going to try and break this position. He certainly has enough to take down these siege tanks at the top, and so Maru lifts, goes back down to the bottom. He's cleaning up some queens down there, then lifts and tries to escape as best he can, but I think he already boosted once, so that's almost a full medevac of bio going down.
Yeah, he got the, actually that was not a bad trade for Shin. Maru is playing the trading game here, like he's not really camping, he just keeps going. He has a solid eco, but he has to be careful, like you can lose this kind of games really fast. If you lose one army too many for too few units, then you can get A-moved at some point by the Zerg. First Viper is coming out, few Ghosts are coming out as well. Maru's just adding bases, adding army, and his 3-3 is almost done. He has to be really careful here because there's only one tank. He's just rallying everything across the map.
It feels like he's just trying to out-multitask Shin right now, and he's doing a fair job of it. The army supplies...
He has to be careful, though. Like, he has insane worker count. His army's not that good. He doesn't have a lot of tanks right now. If he loses this medevac...
Oh my god. Shin coming in down here, just completely isolating these medevacs, and...
He's a shark.
Maru is very lucky there aren't Hydras over here in this position because...
He's taking that base. I don't know if that's allowed. Is that legal, taking that base?
Yeah, but turn into a planetary, suddenly your siege tanks there are going to be a lot harder to break down.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Shin is going for an ultra cover.
I kind of like that decision here, just
to
to break Maru down, because I feel, as you said, Maru's army isn't that strong, but Shin doesn't know there are already 6 Ghosts on the field, which is a bit of an issue if there's going to be a small number of Ultras coming out, right?
Yeah, I absolutely hate the decision of the ultra cover, if I'm being honest. I feel like going for Hydra Link Bane Viper straight up here would be the best choice, but in Shin we trust, and we'll see what's up here. Queuing 5 Overlords when he's maxed out.
I mean, I don't mind it given how marine-heavy the Maru is. I feel like it's just that Shin doesn't know that there's, 8 Ghosts now on the field, because Maru's been playing the trading game so much, and he really hasn't had, I think, any Ghosts close to the front up until now. As Shin comes in with another engagement, these Bailings actually getting relatively good connections.
Yeah, you can see how Maru's army is really not that great. He just had a few tanks and a few Ghosts here.
Oh, there's no cloak also for these Ghosts.
Yeah, SHIN is getting once again a somewhat decent trade, but there's his economy is just so bad compared to Maru's. Like Maru's on 95 SCVs.
Yeah, but SHIN's army is huge. I'm looking at this huge glob of units over the 9 o'clock position by the third base, and I feel like if SHIN can collapse on Maru's position from the bottom left and also from the top side, with only 2 siege tanks out on the map, I mean, even with a planetary like this one, yeah, SHIN does have a very low worker supply. His economy is not that great, but as a result, his army supply is quite strong.
Yeah, Snipes coming in. He has to be really careful now that the ghosts are out. You don't really want to go for short trades. You want to try to catch the Medivacs if you can. Now it's going to be really hard. This position is quite good for Maru. Imagine if he had some tanks at the top there. No, he abducted one. This is a good fight for SHIN. I'm surprised Maru is actually taking it. I thought he would just piss off with the Medivacs, but actually the ghosts are melting the links right there in the back. I thought it would be a better fight. Yeah, SHIN has to take top bases, that's for sure. He has to have some eco because he cannot keep going with the trading game.
I feel like he almost can't at this position. He's so starved for money. Maru's basically permanently maxed from this spot, and I'm not sure that SHIN is really going to be able to get the economic momentum to expand. I mean, yeah, he is now taking that base, but with only 81 drones, we've been rallying in these overlords.
Yeah.
It feels like Maru has just been able to survive long enough playing the trade game that SHIN has basically locked himself into this style where he cannot break Maru, and he also really just can't evolve from this position because Maru is knocking on his door. He's right here with the siege tanks, with the planetaries, so close to what is right now the highest yield mining base, and SHIN is going to try another Hail Mary attack. Snipes coming in from Maru. If you can isolate these ghosts, maybe there's a chance. There's a ghost split coming in.
Oh, the ghosts are actually getting caught here. All the ghosts are dying, and the Hydras are getting on top of the planetary, on top of the Liberators. There's only one Medivac left. If he snipes this Medivac, all the ghosts are dead. Now, this was quite the fight for SHIN. Yeah, is it going to be enough, though?
I feel like it was the best possible fight SHIN could have taken in these circumstances. Maru's army was very disjointed over there. Possibly wasn't expecting SHIN to come in right at that moment. 29 SCVs do go down, but Maru with a TY-esque SCV lead is still sitting at, what, 66?
Yeah.
Expanding to the 3 o'clock position. And my main concern here for SHIN is that his mining has been disrupted for so long, with Maru going for these continual drops over the top side, taking down the triangle third, taking down the 12 o'clock base, even this hatchery continuously under threat.
The issue for SHIN right now is that basically he doesn't have a strong enough army to actually kill Maru, and he doesn't have a strong enough economy to go for the trading game.
Really good fungals on these ghosts. He's going to get, what, I think 2 of them at least, potentially even a third right there. It feels like SHIN is doing an excellent job of picking up off these high-value units like the Ghost, like the Siege Tanks, but Maru's economy is just strong enough that he continuously re-max.
Yeah, Maru's economy is insane at the moment. Like he secured the top base as well. This is just an awful position if you're a Zerg. You're really not happy about this. You're facing Ghost off of a low eco. Your army kind of sucks. There's 1 Ultra and Mass Links, a couple of Vipers. Only thing that could save SHIN at the moment is a insane fungal on the Ghost. He has to give up this base. I would really like it if he manages to shift forward on the top side of the map and just leave this position, because it's not doing good for him. I wouldn't mind that very big run by on the top base that he just saw Maru secure, and yeah, just overall shift towards the top side of the map.
Yeah, I feel like he pretty much has to from this position. I mean, Maru just entrenched over there with the planetary on the bottom left side. But does SHIN have the economy really to play from here? Because I feel like this is Maru almost at his peak. Now, SHIN is coming in with these links. He's able to take down at least these 3 siege tanks. Pretty favorable trade for just minerals, if you ask me. But Maru's standing army is still so strong. We have 12 ghosts on the field, 8 medevacs. There's 4 infestors, and if they don't get the clutch fungals that SHIN needs, I don't really see a way for him to break this position unless he catches Maru just completely disjointed.
Oh, I don't like this. It's not going to be enough to kill the planetary, is it?
Maybe.
It is by 1.
Barely enough.
By 1. That's crazy, man. I would have never went for it, but that was like giga costly for SHIN as well. And now his army is just not good enough, in my opinion, to fight this, unless he gets like insane fungals. But even then, you can see his army is basically mass links.
Infestor is going undetected right now. Ultra's coming in. Ultra gets taken out. Oh, EMP actually on the Infestor. He saw it in the ground. It gets taken out, and Maru just completely destroys his position. I mean, another fungal's coming in, but there's only 3 Banelings left. The main army for SHIN got completely wiped out. GG is called. And Maru continues to just farm SHIN, not for ladder points, but for tournament wins.
Yeah.
She
overall,
notches another one right there.
just a solid game out of Maru there. He looks extremely happy right now, and
Yeah, he does. It's
No,
another day
yeah.
in the office here for Maru.
yeah, just this is a day-to-day basis. He knows what's up.
I mean, we were talking about this, I think, more at the start of the show when we were kind of discussing the structure of Group A and how Maru is just absolutely the favorite, even more
Yeah.
so than usual, to advance from this group. But we haven't harped on it too much in this series, but Maru is something like 26 or 27-0 in best-of-3+ series
Yeah.
against SHIN. SHIN has never beaten him in a best-of-3.
Yeah, I feel like Shin's style does not clash well against Maru.
No, it doesn't. Maru's one of these Terrans that is almost impossible to kill, and he is so good at
Tell
camping.
me about
and-
it.
Yeah, I'm sure you know. You know better than pretty much anybody in the world,
I
really.
I do. I love playing against Maru. It's my favorite,
And
my
for-
favorite player to
For
face.
SHIN is such an aggressive player who kind of tries to go for the win, going for those killing blows. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do it, man. I feel like this could be more of the same story, but let's see if he can bust it back out here in game number 2. Maru leading this series 1-0, trying to advance to the round of 8.
Tell them it's going down now. Let's
Oh, I forgot we're supposed to do the introductions. My bad.
You want me to do it?
Maru, no. I just, I was on autopilot. I was like, man, I just talked a lot. Maru down the bottom left, SHIN in the top right. It's still hard to break the habit because in previous seasons we always had the announcer come in
Yeah.
and just say who spawns where. And then also now these days, Tasis is doing it, so I just get to chill. So I'm just
Okay.
sitting here in silence, just watching, just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's really quiet
Just
right now. What's
enjoying
going
it.
on?
No, yeah, I don't really know the timing, so I don't know when.
No,
you're
you're good.
supposed
You're
to-
good. It's.
Maru going for 2-Rex Reaper again.
Yeah. By the way, I have a question for you specifically about this build. So, back in the day, I want to say it was maybe a year ago now. Time really flies. Bjorn was doing this in basically every single TVZ on every single map, and he was the only Terran in Korea doing this
Yeah.
for a long time. And we interviewed him, or GSL interviewed him whenever he would win with it, and they'd be like, how do you feel about this style? You keep going back to it. No one else is doing it.
Yeah.
Why is no one else doing it if it's good? And he's like, well, I think it's really good. I think eventually it's going to be the standard. And
Yeah.
it never became the standard, but it is something that people
Oh,
have
it
started
did
to
actually,
add
yeah.
into
I
their
would
cards
say-
of tricks.
I would say it became the standard for a while. Like for Gamers 8, me specifically, I was preparing with Lambo. Lambo was coaching me.
Mhm.
We went through all the different variations of 2-Rex Reaper just because everyone was playing it. Like literally every Terran player was playing it during Gamers 8. And I just knew all the timings in my head, all the single follow-ups, all the drone counts. I knew everything. So I became pretty good against it. And now it's coming back. I think it's due to the maps. Them being very, very short on average makes it good for 2-Rex Reaper. Now this is one of the most 50-50 maps, I would say, from the map pool. It's just an old map. I'm not the biggest fan of 2-Rex Reaper on this map, but it works. Not the biggest, not the shortest either, and just a solid build overall.
I feel like we rarely, very rarely see 2-Rex Reaper fall flat on its feet. Usually get at
Yeah.
least a little bit of damage done. You'll force some lings out. Maybe you'll get a drone or two.
But even if you like lose all of the Reapers, it's not. What is going on here? I feel like if Shin pulled the drones, that Reaper was dead. But it's okay. Shin being merciful today, I like it.
Merciful to Maru of all
Merciful
people.
to Maru. Yeah, just playing for karma points right there. But even if you kill all the Reapers, it's not the worst thing in the world for like it's playable, you know.
Mm.
Just because the build is like so solid. Obviously, that's not your goal, losing all the Reapers. Yeah, just triple CC follow-up is the most standard thing to in this moment, in this meta. It used to be the 4-Rax follow-up, which is what Bian was spamming. Now I think mostly it's 3CC nowadays.
Well, I actually have a question. I feel
Go
like this is
for
turning into a Q&A
go
section
for
now
it.
because how often do I get to talk to Rainer about ZVT? So there was a while, and this is like 2 years ago, it felt like every single Terran, at least in GSL, was going CC first into a 2-base all-in, and me and Tasis casted maybe like 20 different games like
Tell
this.
me about it.
And the Zergs got destroyed every single time, and then suddenly it just stopped happening, not just in GSL, but in tournaments kind of around the world. Did Zergs just get better at stopping that? Because I've always been wondering, and sometimes me and Tasis will show up to the studio and we'll just be like reminiscing about games, and like that will come back to us, and like, what did happen? Because certainly there's a reason. What's your opinion on this build?
Well, I think it's mostly the maps, and like this kind of build, they get figured out pretty fast. Like if you have the perfect response against a 2-base all-in, then it's very easy for you to like just completely get destroyed. You know, once you want to go for it. It's the kind of build where if one thing goes wrong, then you're dead.
The thing was, we saw it for like multiple seasons, I think.
Yeah,
it was almost
it's a
like a
combination
year.
of maps
It
and
took a long
other
time.
stuff as well.
I see. I do kind of miss that meta a little
Yeah,
bit.
I
It was so
don't.
predictable, but I love the fighting.
Yeah, I loved it as well. Bunny knocked me out of GSL with it
Oh.
twice. Even though I knew it was coming, I just died to it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, thank you for bringing it up,
No, I'm
man.
sorry. I didn't mean it. Let's talk about the last time you were in GSL and you lost, Rainer. How about that?
Yeah, I loved it, loved it. Remember that? Yeah.
No.
No,
So
yeah.
this game, 3CC opening here for
Oh, yeah,
Maru.
change the
Relatively
topic.
fast. Yeah, of course. I feel bad now. I'm
Change
guilty.
the topic. Nah, it's okay, no
Yeah,
worries.
yeah.
I just played bad. I deserved to lose that day. It had nothing to do with that. But going back to the game, so far very standard. Maru went for insanely greedy opening. He went for double eBay.
Yeah, it was really quick.
Yeah. Look at the upgrades. They're almost done.
I feel like this is going to converge on like a 2-2 timing, if anything, here
Yeah,
for Maru,
yeah.
because he has basically no units, and he's not going to have units for such a long time.
I've seen this timing before. It's 8 tracks. It's probably going to be Hellbats 2-2. He's just going to move across the map. And yeah, it's really scary, honestly. I played against Oliveira recently. He did this. And I knew he was coming because I scouted it. I had the perfect surround on him, but the upgrades are just insane. 2-2 against 1-1 was... It was like such a close game.
And it feels like the window for Zerg to close in from 2-2 against 1-1, or from 2-2, but to make it 2-2 for both sides. I'm really fumbling the way I'm describing this.
I know
for
what you
Zerg to
mean,
get
I know what you
2-2
mean.
to match the Terran, that's what I should have said from the beginning. It feels like it just takes eons.
Yeah,
right?
you can see how the upgrades are done, and they've just started for SHIN. So it's going to be for sure 2-2 against 1-1, even if Maru's being a little bit late on the upgrades, but it doesn't really matter. He fired up +2 already. That's kind of funny, you know, 6 minute +2.
Yeah, it's really quick.
You know, this has to do with the upgrade buff they got.
It's
recently
cheaper
as well,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, they got the Protoss treatment from years ago. Eventually, Zerg's going to get it for Carapace too.
We got it, I think.
Oh, did you?
I don't know. I think so, yeah.
I never really.
I think it
honest with
was
you, I
the,
never paid too much attention to those micro changes, right?
I think
But-
it was the last the patch where they nerfed like 4 Zerg things, and they were like, oh, here you go.
Oh, did they? Yeah.
Cheaper upgrades and minus 25 Minero Ultra. Enjoy it.
Yeah, the
Thank
ultras.
you so much, guys.
That felt so random, by the way. We saw them in the patch notes. All right, these Hellbats coming in.
There's no bailings here out of SHIN, but there's like
Yeah, they're just now
a lot
morphing.
of links. There's a lot of links I think he's going to be able to hold. The double steam as well on the buddies.
Oh, wait, they're right in the front. All the Banelings are just getting pounced on right now by these Hellbats.
Yeah,
He's going to
yeah.
have maybe 2 finish up. The Lings are getting a good surround. But for Maru going for such a greedy opening with 2-2 like this, I feel like this is a really favorable trade.
Yeah, for sure. This is good for Maru. And SHIN is going Hydras, which I really hate against what Maru is doing. Maru's going to go for a very committed 8-Rax push on 3 bases most likely, and he's just going to, yeah, you can see here he fired up 3 more Raxes. He's just going to be trying to kill SHIN. Now SHIN is kind of playing in the dark, I believe. I don't see any overseers on the other side of the map. He has no idea what's going on. And yeah, just massing units and hoping for us around here is the best bet. I would prefer having Lingbane over Lingbane and Hydra.
I feel like for SHIN, especially given his playstyle and the way the previous game went, we're going to see him just hovering around 77 to 80 drones for
Yeah.
the remainder of this game. Oh my god,
that's
that's
a
a
kill.
kill!
That's a kill. Yeah, Maru kind of flexing on us a little bit here. Fired up 2-2 here, SHIN. It's never going to be in time.
No, it's not.
2-2 is almost done. for
Cancel it and
Maru.
make more Banelings.
Yeah, I
if
feel
only
like-
you could see the future that we see, SHIN.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, this is never gonna happen. Maru's just making a lot of units. He's gonna go through the center. This map is very insane for 8 Raxes because you can control the middle watchtower, and it's very hard to run by. And overall, it has some very good tank positionings. So yeah, I'm just expecting Maru to work on a very, very big push here.
Yeah, and the middle pushes could be so deadly too.
Oh,
I
they
mean, if you
can.
can breach the triangle there, then suddenly for Zerg, because they're going to probably be expanding on both sides as Mars kites back into the siege tank, the reinforcements become so staggered
He's
trying to
going
come in
for
from all the
3-3.
hatcheries. It's so hard for Zerg to then converge on wherever the siege tanks have you know, really garrisoned themselves in the center of the map.
Maru's going for 3-3. I feel like that's
Oh, is he really?
that's like banter for sure.
It's a
no?
Maru move I've
Yeah,
ever seen
3
one.
base 3-3, I like it. But this push is gonna be so hard for SHIN to deal with. I'll be impressed if he actually manages to. What is nasty tank positionings here. Maru's gonna get a shot on the Bailings as well.
Yeah, the Hydras couldn't even snipe it.
Yeah.
Only a little bit of damage right there is
SHIN's
Maru's going
army
to
is
start.
lacking here a little bit. Maru has an insane setup. Oh,
And the Hydralisk Den here, too, kind of makes it hard for SHIN to even get a really good art coming in on this third base. I mean, do you just let the hatchery die at this position? He's morphing a ton of Bailings. Oh, move command a little bit there with the Hydralisk. It didn't go that poorly there for SHIN.
Yeah, I don't know what the best call here is. Probably leaving the third base. Yeah, I don't think he can win a fight here, but we'll see what SHIN decides to do.
It feels like he's almost trying to wait for 2-2 of his own to finish, but it's still a little bit of ways.
Ideally, you want that. He's getting reinforcements. Yeah, I think at this point you want to leave the third base.
Oh no, he's coming down off
from
creep.
One side, off creep. Oh, but Maru's not splitting the Marines too well. He's getting. Oh my!
Whoa,
oh, he lost all of the
shots
Marines.
Were huge.
Holy, that was an insane fight from SHIN.
I mean, SHIN basically went for an anti-timing right before 2-2 finished to match Maru, but the flanking lanes in those Banelings got the best possible hits.
Yeah, the Marines were not actually fighting in that fight. They were like kind of moving around. I feel like Maru mismicroed a little bit. Yeah, that was insane from SHIN. I did not expect that.
Luckily,
now it's a really good position.
Luckily for Maru, he's going for 3-3, man. He's going to need it to win this game.
All along, it was the backup plan. I like it. And yeah, right now Maru is very far behind.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen an 8-racks play with 2-2 get absolutely stumped. On this map of all maps coming in from SHIN, I mean, the Marines were just so clumped.
Yeah, I feel like Maru mismicroed there a little bit.
I'm with you.
I would like to watch it back. And you know, in order to watch it back, gotta subscribe to the Patreon. So make sure you do it, guys. And yeah, Maru going for the gold base. Tells me he wants to spam Marines and tanks.
The funniest part to me of you plugging the Patreon is that it goes directly to the prize pool.
Yeah,
and like I know you're gunning to win this thing,
well.
so yeah.
Benefits me as well. So guys, really, you should really watch that fight back. From Maru's perspective, you can click it on the replay. Yeah, subscribe to the Patreon.
Oh, I love
Maru
it.
going here for another push. I feel like SHIN should wait for the Vipers here, but who am I to say? His decision making was on point in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like he saw the only winning opportunity there, where Maru was just for a brief moment really not fortified there in the center.
Yeah.
And the Marines were clumped. There was not a significant spread. The siege tank cover was not enough to cover the Banelings, and the flank was just huge coming in from SHIN. And
yeah,
we'll see. Seismic Spines now starting there for the Lurkers. The Vipers are out on the map collecting energy somewhere.
Yeah, okay, now SHIN really has to be careful now, because this is an insane army out of Maru. If I were SHIN, my best bet here is you leave the base. That's fine. You should get some Lurkers, though, because Maru is insanely Marine heavy. Wow, that's a lot of Marines, actually.
3-3. 3-3 against 2-2 is basically the same as 2-2 against 1-1.
Yeah.
I mean, we're right back there. Maru maxed out with 135 army supply, and I'm actually a little bit concerned for SHIN. His entire army is right here in this corner. He doesn't really have a flank set up.
Oh, the Vipers, the Vipers!
Oh, the Vipers! They're based on move command. I think he was going for the Blinding Cloud, but maybe it was a bit too greedy. One of them got sniped, and now SHIN coming in on the bottom side. Baneling connections very good right there on those Marines, but the lack of surface area on the siege tank, and also Maru being able to retreat into the gold minerals, just so clutch for him as he stays 20 army supply ahead, now pushing forward with these 3 Liberators. One more siege tank coming in to reinforce. It's just Hydras and a couple of Banelings. They get some more good shots, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
No, SHIN is in all sorts of trouble right here. He was winning the game so hard, and then what happened? Oh my, he should have just went for Lurkers. Maru's going to collect the victory. Now this was quite the game.
Yeah, I mean, Maru once again coming with a 3-3 timing, able to close that with 2-0. Maybe if SHIN had the perfect spread of units there. I got really worried when I saw him with basically an F2'd army all at the 3 o'clock position and no flank to be found.
Yeah.
Because Maru just kited him into a position where, I mean, you're not going to get through those minerals with just Lings. The Banelings, they've already been used. Oh, that was a rough one there for SHIN, and Maru just booking his ticket easily into the round of 8, smiling about this one. Maybe
he's smiling and giggling. He loves it.
Yeah.
But I think he knows he wasn't supposed to win that game after what happened with the 8 tracks. But yeah, I feel like SHIN a little bit of a mistake not going for Lurkers, because Marines and Banelings off creep, they don't interact too well. So even if you have a very strong army, Maru's army was basically just pure Marines, Leaps, and tanks. So yeah, should have went for Lurkers there for sure.
That was a fun series nonetheless, as Maru's going to be breezing his way in, and now we're going to go to an interview with our winner, Maru, the first player to go into the round of 8. So Maru, great performance. You made it to the quarterfinals. How are you feeling? Well, honestly, the match against TY was very difficult, so I was thinking that my group was going to be harder than expected, but at the end of the day, I'm relieved to have made it to another quarterfinals. So after you lost the second game of your series against TY, it almost seemed like you were getting a little bit angry going there into Game 3 with your build order selection. And Maru says, well, you know, that Game 2, I learned a little bit from what he did, and I feel like I'm able to adapt that into my play. And we're now asking about his match against SHIN, the one that got him here into the quarterfinals. And they're asking about the win streak that he has, which is nearing 30 series now against SHIN. And Maru says, well, you know, I practiced a little bit for this matchup, and things just kind of went to plan there against SHIN in our series. Well, you know, a lot of players right now are coming out of military service. Rainer as well is out here in GSL Code S, competing in the round of 16. Rogue, even though he's fresh out of the military, is looking really scary in the qualifiers. What do you think about all these players? Well, everyone's looking strong, but let me tell you what, I really want to play against Rainer. I feel like everyone else can handle Rogue. Save Rainer for me.
All right. Strong words out of Maru here. Maybe getting a little bit too confident out of the two
You might know you're listening up here, yeah. Well, you showed a couple different strategies there in the first series against TY. Do you think that you have a solution against what TY did, his answer to your Sky Terran style in Game 2? And Maru says, well, you know, I don't really think that it's a solution. I just think that it's something that I can use and something that I can practice. And now I think they're actually talking about SHIN. I think I fumbled that a little bit right there. Bear with us. Well, you know, once again, Maru, you've been able to smoothly make it into the quarterfinals. You know, last season, I felt like I was actually a bit lucky to win Code S. This season's going to be certainly a lot more challenging than last season with so many great players coming in. So I'm going to try my best to deliver another championship as Maru books his ticket to the round of 8. Guys, when we get back, we're going to be eliminating one of these players, Creator or TY. We'll see you in a few minutes.
All hot, turn me up a notch. 600 degrees, got me burning up the spot. Fresh up out the pot, get it till I got. Like a full flame, I'm on fire, I can't stop. I'm on fire, I can't stop. I'm on fire, I can't stop.
I can tell you fake before you even speak. I'm just heating up, you hit your peak. We not neck and neck, even in my sleep. He said start a ride, I'ma start a fire. Sweets and other smoke make me come alive. If you see them by my side, then they bonafide. And you can feel the heat, we don't notify. When we come, pick a side, tell them that you down to ride. It's a fire, everything is lit, lighten up the sky. In the air, long way to the ground. Better hope you fly like the time. Only get it once before it pass you by. Oh, they know we near. It's getting hot up in here. You know it get heated at the top. I'm on fire, I can't stop.
I'm on fire, all hot, turn me up a notch. 600 degrees, got me burning up the spot. Fresh up out the pot, get it till I got. Like a full flame, I'm on fire, I can't stop. I'm on fire, I can't stop. I'm on fire, I can't stop. I'm on fire, all hot, turn me up a notch. 600 degrees, I'm on fire, I can't stop. I'm on fire, all hot, turn me up a notch. 600 degrees, I'm on fire, I can't stop.